All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I'm going to be your host, littlerugaard, and joining me today is once again Lallygag. Welcome back to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me back. I appreciate it.
Good to have you back. It has been a blast so far today. We had a really good match right now today, but we got another one. We got more mirrors coming up. Did you know we have a double mirror? Is that even a phrase?
Well, it is now. Double mirror all the way across the sky.
There we go. We have Suffocation Pit, Purge versus Shadow Wolves, and it's going to be a double blight.
Ooh, that's going to be very challenging and very exciting. I'm really looking forward to watching these matches today.
I am too. And double blight means double motion sickness. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm sure we'll be fine. Take some Dramamine and sleep it off. We'll be great.
I just got jacked up with caffeine. That's the last thing I need. I'm gonna be a drug-addled, like, oh goodness, I'm gonna be insane after that. Oh goodness. Anyway.
Yeah, but the commentation's gonna be fire, so.
The commentary's gonna be, and they did this, and they did that. I'm about to stroke out.
God.
You see veins bulging out of my. Goodness. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. But yeah, after we got double blight, we got double Oni.
Oh wow. Double boiling trouble. I'm so excited. This is going to be great.
You said that you were facing an Oni who was practicing for COTF. Is that correct?
I was actually. Yeah, that's crazy. So I was just, minding my own business, looping Oni as best as I can. They were getting some really nice tight turns. And then, they gave me the exit gate at the end saying, hey, you did a great job. I congratulated them saying they did a great job. And they were saying they're practicing for Champions of the Fog. And I was like, wow, what a small world. That's incredible. If they keep practicing, they're going to be a really formidable foe in the tournaments. And I'm excited to see them play.
I don't agree. It's crazy how many people you run into that you actually know in a small. I think there's a networking rule of 7 that within 7 connections you will reach X person that you would think of. But
yeah, that's very, very true. And especially in the fog, you definitely see a lot of people and a lot of sometimes you run into the same killer twice and you try to remember their build. Like, oh, what were they running? Did they have Noed or did they not have Noed?
Oh yeah, I've definitely hit back-to-back survivor squads before. Back, back when the queues were kind of even time. That doesn't happen anymore on Killer. I don't get the same people twice.
Yeah. That could be a good thing. Spice it up, switch it up. Especially if you go against the same people and you're like, oh God, not you again.
Oh, right. Also, I'm going to have to tell you, like I told Junico, if I'm not sharing Dead by Daylight to you, scream at me. That's my bad. I should have been sharing this to you this whole time.
I didn't know how to put that
Call me out. I'm bad at this. Oh,
You're
man.
Fine. Great.
All right, appreciate it. But with that said, we are actually going in very quickly here. We're going to have, I believe, Shadow Wolves is killing first here. So it's crazy because like Blight on Suffocation Pit, you definitely have some good collision to work with, but that center, I have never seen a Blight navigate rush-wise that center area.
Well, maybe we can see it now.
That'd be pretty sweet.
So the Blight needs to know their strengths and weaknesses in the different parts of this map, and hopefully they can utilize it to their advantage, or maybe the survivors can use it to their advantage as well.
I'd say that center area is pretty advantageous for the survivors. Well, I guess we'll have to see. Like again, it's RNG zone. It could be a good spawn for the Blight. Could be a good spawn for survivors. We'll just have to find out. But
we're spawned in. Let's go.
We are spawned in. And looking at this corrupt zone right off the bat, it is actually, this is a 4-gen on this side, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's going to be absolutely imperative that survivors get over to this area and start working on these generators after 2 minutes. Really is a really good tight gen. If they can stay over here and maybe get the resources out of this area as well, that'd be fantastic for the Blight.
Well, one of those corrupt gens has no pals whatsoever, and they've actually already found someone at this TNL wall right here. I think this is the Atom.
Yes, it does look like the Atom. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
So the chase has begun. Looks like they're starting at the L&T wall. And again, this middle zone is really, really hard to loop over here. And it seems like they're already out of the chase.
Yeah, the Atom seems to have given the Blight the good jukes. And yeah, they've definitely gotten distance, but Blight's power is up. But they have the Z-Wall Infinite going on here and running into this other, I think this is a long wall tile? Yeah, it's a long wall tile.
Yeah.
They might need to abandon chase here. This is such a strong area for looping. They've got time because they've got the corrupt up, but they don't have too much longer. They need to get a hook out of this.
Absolutely, just to get some corrupt intervention value. You know, one pallet might not be enough. Oh, but very nice getting the swing and the hit on Atom over there.
They are able to get the hit, and I just noticed they have double speed add-on, so that might have been why they were zooming so much over there, but there's other scratch marks here, so there's another survivor over here as well. Oh,
really nice hit. So they not only did they get a pallet out of this area, which pallets in this area is imperative because they need to be able to keep themselves protected. The Atom did go down, unfortunately, as well.
Indeed, and yeah, about to say they go back to this. There's no protection whatsoever back here, and they're gonna get this back hook in the corner. Also worth noting, because survivors have seen it by now, there is thanatophobia, so these survivors are gonna be working through a slowdown. And corrupt did just end, and there's still a gen block, so that is deadlock as well. So we know 3 of these killer perks
already.
Yep. And where is this Meg? No, there's no Meg in this game. Who's the survivor over here?
Oh, look at that. That gen definitely blew up a little bit over there.
You're right.
So you can tell that's definitely popped those weasel. So that's the 4th perk already. So now we know the full Blight build.
We do. However, that was not much of a pop. It was like just a split second, so maybe just getting some pop value. Ooh,
yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna be able to get the Atom. If they get the Atom off of this curvature, I'm gonna be super shocked. Yeah, they're gonna get away here, I think.
Yeah.
Unless they go for the tunnel.
Claudette was taking the hit. Do you think that maybe there was borrowed time or not borrowed time on the survivor?
I would be shocked if there was no borrowed time on the Claudette. I think they might have been trying to give them extra distance, and we'll have to say there's their DS. I'm not gonna check just yet.
We'll see. Looks like Blight might be trying to stay in this area and just protect this really tight gens that they have over here.
The decisive strike, though. I did not see that coming. They weren't the obsession, so that means that maybe Claudette has the deliverance. I can't. That's what it is. Claudette has borrowed time deliverance. They were trying to guarantee they got the safe unhook.
There we go. Hopefully the Blight realizes this and then they strategize around this.
Yep, and yeah, I would say they're probably gonna tunnel up the survivor here and then try and push the survivors off the gens. Again, Claudette has it. Okay, they just now reset, so now it's only 5% slowdown. However, there's still plenty of. Oh my goodness, actually, there are 2 gens on either side of the Silvo pit that have no pallets at all.
Yeah,
That's
seems like
gross.
RNG is really in the Blight's favor for this match.
Yeah, at least on this side of the map. Yeah, you got that one by the hill. If you stick your balance landing and sprint burst on that one, but that's all you can do. Did they get this? Oh, good juke on the Lori.
Wow, good job, good job. And Claudette.
Iframes.
Oh wow, iframes.
Ooh, cheeky firecracker.
Trying to go for a cheeky firecracker. Looks like Blight might be trying to wait out the borrowed time, not wanting to give that hit and speed boost to the Atom as he runs away.
But he goes down anyway.
Goes down anyway. So unfortunate.
No.
Do you think possibly that the Claudette might stay in this area trying to get a pallets done?
I would have guessed. I think they were trying to check for it, though. I don't see anybody around.
Looks like the survivors might be trying to prioritize the generators.
That was not the way to swing. They actually get the stun.
Absolutely insane. Very nice. Buying more time for the Atom.
And they finished the gen in the 3-gen area. Good
Whoa. Jukes. Using the locker to dodge that. Every second counts for these survivors.
Yep. I can't believe they got that.
Job.
I think they swung the wrong direction. I think they should have swung into the left direction and tried to hit the survivor instead. I don't know, but ooh. I don't know if they can come back. Like, oh, there's 2 survivors on this gen too. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, there's still 3 survivors in this match and 2 generators left to go. If they can pop one of these over here, they should be pretty golden. But also, the Blights could possibly get some quick downs, especially with Thanatophobia now having 2 stacks. Actually, would it be 3 with the Atom being out of the game?
Once the survivor's dead, it does not count. And yeah, that's that gen that was deadlocked just a moment ago, getting popped. But yeah, it is 10% slowdown currently, so that does stack pretty quickly. I think with 2 survivors, that makes that was a sick tech. I have never seen that before.
Very good. Such tight curves and turns, and getting that down was really imperative for the Blight. Also, having her hooked in between 2 gens to protect and everything. But the only problem is there's still a generator all the way in the back over there, and there's probably already a survivor working on it right now.
That would make the most sense, yeah, because this one was blocked with barely any progress. I'm still geeking out about that hit. They used the bounce back from the Blight's hit to go all the way back and then hug tech around the corner. That was peak Blight gaming right there. And they should be able to get this hit through the window. Yep, there we go. And
very
I imagine
very nice.
with no decisive strike in the game, they're going to get this hit. Now, I'm wondering, we saw the Claudette there go for the unhook. I'm guessing Nia's on this far gem?
Yeah, she must be. Hopefully, maybe the Blight can use Pop Goes the Weasel to try to get it down a little bit. And seems to be the case.
Not even touched.
On it. No progress on the generator. That's crazy. You would think that the Nia would be on it, but it seems like maybe they're just trying to pressure the gens in this area instead.
The one by the hill's the only one that's ever been touched.
Wow, absolutely crazy. You would think with 3 survivors that all 3 would be spread out on different generators, so it'd make it be tough for the Blight to protect it all.
You would think, and I guess we were just like overthinking it because this Nia's just over here chugging away on the gem we first saw. All right, and they do check chase though, and they should be able to get the hit off of this. I'm glad that Alchemist Ring is banned. That, oh goodness.
It's a little filthy to go against.
That is Lucky Break from this Nia. She has no scratch marks. She gets hit with a pallet.
Oh wow, unfortunate. The survivors really needed a little bit more time, especially if they get the Strode healed up, and maybe they're working on the other generator, maybe duoing it. In fact.
I would expect them to, yeah. I think it only takes 50 seconds with 1 stack of Thanatophobia. Yeah, and Blight's gonna go right back there and check on that gen. I don't know if they would actually make it in time. Wow, they do, okay.
Ooh, they do.
Blight might actually be in a good setup spot.
Yeah, Blight's doing a great job. He's able to constantly really protect these generators with Pop Goes Weasel, getting the downs, getting the hooks, and then regressing the generators again. The survivors, it'd be great if they just split up and work on gens, maybe even letting a survivor go to another hook state.
That might be the case. One thing I noticed the Blight's doing, they are not hooking the Claudette, and I think they are reading that Deliverance play and not wanting to give the survivors any chance to reset here.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's if they get the Claudette down, it might be even better if they just go ahead and just leave them slugged on the ground.
That's a good point. There is the Decisive Strike out of the game already, and the Decisive Strike might be the same one as the Unbreakable. And Blight's rushing around this corner. Yeah, they do get that. Ooh. Did you know that Blight has their J-Flicks back right now?
Oh, absolutely wonderful.
Right?
Blight mains rejoice.
Blight mains rejoice, and everybody else cries deeply. And that, oh wait, they're dead hook?
Wow. I guess so.
Wow, I didn't realize. They might be able to finish this gen though. I think the Lori took long enough. No, they're not on the, they might be in trouble.
Yeah. One survivor would have to loop the Blight long enough in order to get this done. And with Pop Goes the Weasel constantly just knocking the gen pressure down, it looks like it's really in a tough position for these survivors.
Yep, and no flicker on the corner, but they are going to get the hit on the Nia regardless. And yeah, if the Nia can loop for an insane amount, possibly. They do have Lucky Break still, but the Iron Will is not in this. Oh, and there we go. Lucky Break has expired, so.
Now you can see scratch marks, and now you can see blood and everything, and the Nia goes down. Very nice. Hey, if it worked before, we can work again.
No kidding. And yeah, they're going to leave him slugged out here. If Nia has Unbreakable, they have a shot, but otherwise, I think this is going to be a 4K. Oh my goodness, I have not seen that tech before. I'm kind of geeking out about that.
No, it's absolutely wonderfully executed. It shows that this killer really is practiced. They got the final generator completed. Oh my. Wow.
That exit gate's over there too. I think Blight can get over there in time because, you know, it's Blight. The question
absolutely can.
Does Claudette guess this and do they go for the unhook instead and try and get a 2-out?
Yeah.
They're not here.
Do they go for the exit gate? Do they go for the unhook? It's a tough decision.
They didn't go for the exit gate. No one's worked on it yet. Oh, she's hiding. She got
Wow.
Oh,
Really, really smart on the Blight, finding her over there. Insane.
no. Yeah, and if
Well,
they
it's taking chase, but there isn't a lot to work with over here.
no, but they all know where the hatch is gonna spawn, and yeah, they're gonna get a fork after this. After all, I thought the Claudio was gonna do some kind of cheeky play, but they got caught. I wouldn't have thought they were hiding though. That's interesting.
How did they know about that hatch spawn?
The hatch offerings. Hatch
Oh,
always
I
spawns
see.
at the shack.
I see.
The rules try and eliminate as much unpredictable RNG. Like survivors aren't allowed to Kobe unless they have deliverance, because games getting
Understandable.
decided by 4% is super frustrating sometimes.
Absolutely. That's totally understandable.
Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time before this squad adapts to game class. I think this Blight did a really good job. I think Claudette has the deliverance. Oh my goodness, the curving on that. Okay.
This is like he's trying to do the same trick again, but it looks like actually Claudette might be getting distance from that. Oh no, she's actually still here.
She is still here. She was just hiding.
Very nice.
Okay, I think she
Now,
has
if
Iron
only the
Will.
Blight chased this Claudette earlier in the match, because she is lasting the longest.
True.
Say, and Dead Hard as well. Very nice.
Good distance there. It's unfortunate that this is all for naught, because yeah, you're right. This Claudette's doing a really good job chasing so far, but yeah, giving this forever the deliverance. I think the Blight had the knowledge. I think they had the secrets.
Yeah.
Oh man, unfortunate, but
Really good.
really good
Blight
play
is
from this
such a-
Blight.
Yeah. This is probably really good. This killer is such an oppressive killer.
Truly.
You know, being able to go so quickly around the map and everything, and get down super quickly as well. And this one, you can definitely tell practice on his flicks and techs.
Oh yeah, well,
Absolutely incredible job.
if you were a Blight main before and you knew about the flicks, as soon as they took it away, it was like, oh no, we got to learn new stuff. But like, and I have to agree, like Scotch had made a video on this, like J flicking. I'm not calling people out for using it, but like, it is technically the laziest of techs. Like I can J flick, and I was a Blight main at one point. I'm still okay with Blight, but J flicking is easy. Getting hits like that is easy. Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, it also is because you get hits that are just like, when a survivor walks all the way around a corner and you can do a full 180 and you get the hit anyway, it's like, yeah, it's rough, but
Yeah, maybe more Blight maids were born from this match.
maybe. But with that said, GG's, and yeah, I think we're gonna see Blight take home the full 24 points and 10 points for our survivor squad. Honestly, like, I'm even surprised they got that last gen done. So the survivors played really well. It's just, yeah, there's that deliverance and the wait. Deliverance on the decisive strike. So that survivor that like Claudette didn't have deliverance.
Really?
They-
it was the Atom.
The Atom had deliverance and they got downed first. Oh,
Wow.
that's why
That
they
was
were.
what I wanted to mention something of, oh, it's Atom. They possibly have deliverance, but I know that that's not necessarily the case, especially in comps.
True. In pubs, yeah, you especially like
Yeah.
the influx of Kates that I've seen since the boil over buff has been nauseating. Oh man, but really good play. I'm curious to see how Purge responds with their own Blight. Again, I love that we get to see. I love mirror matches because I don't like when it's a blowout on either side. But we saw earlier that, I don't know if you were watching the Twins game, it was a mirror, and honestly, good Twins matches on both sides. It was unfortunate that we had a key binding issue on one side that snowballed, but I don't think it detracts from how good the Twins played regardless.
Yeah, of course. You know, just because the survivors accidentally had some mistakes on their part shouldn't take away from the killer playing very, very optimally and very well with the Twins.
I would agree, and I'm excited to see another Blight game. I'm curious if they also have the tech here. You know, I would love to see it, but we'll have to see.
We'll have to see.
It's curious that both of these games have killers that flick, because Oni also flicks. Not as much as they used to. I'm surprised that J flicking got brought back, but Oni can't flick like they used to. I wonder what's up with that.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they brought that in, because, you know, maybe some Oni players might see Blight as maybe a more advanced version of that killer. Their powers are a little bit similar. The fact that they can dash around the map and get those hits.
That's very true. And you bring that up because it brings up map pressure. And
Mm-hmm.
I get this question all the time. I don't know about you. They always ask like, "Oh, what's the best killer?" But not including nurse. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you need to stop phrasing it like that, because I know a lot of people that, as of right now, think they would argue that Blight is better than nurse in a lot of
Blight
cases.
can get around the map easier and better, and they do have gen pressure. While Nurse
Yeah.
is absolutely deadly in chases and
Oh,
get
yeah.
chases down. If survivors are on generators on the other side of the map, the Nurse still has to blink, be exhausted, blink, be exhausted to reach the area. Meanwhile, Blight can just, crack his skull a couple of times, and then he's there by the generator.
Yeah, I exactly. And obviously you could argue the add-on point. Like if Nurse takes range add-ons, different ball game, because now you're just insane. But I think base kit Blight might be better than Nurse in a lot of cases in that situation. Because
Very true.
your
I would love
chases
to
are
see
quick
the
and
top Nurse go against the top Blight, going against a really good, comp team and see what the results are.
that would be really interesting to see. Like bring out the best Nurse mains, bring out the best Blight mains, and see who can do the most damage against some of the top teams. That would actually be really fun to watch.
That would be really great. I know that Spirit used to be S tier, but now with the recent nerfs, we could say, I don't believe she takes that spot anymore.
I'd have to agree. It's weird because literally for the I get the assumption, because up until what was it? When did Blight come out? Blight came out late 2020, or is it 2021? I forget. I forget when exactly Blight came out, but yeah, up until Blight coming out,
2020.
Nurse was the best killer, hands down. Spirit was also really good, but Blight was the first one to come into the arena in over a year and a half.
Something I like about Blight, though, is that you can't just pick it up and be good with Blight. Blight is a killer that takes a lot of constant practice and learning techs and learning strategy and everything. So it's just absolutely insane what people can do with that killer once they've practiced him.
That's another thing that I was also an interesting conversation. I think we might have even had it on Champions of the Fog. I don't know. I would love to hear chat's response to this as well. Is that Nurse has the harder learning curve initially, but Blight has the higher skill cap.
Yes.
Just because of all the techs and collision.
Very true. Mm-hmm. It is. I mean, every killer is a little bit like the more you practice, the better you get it and better you get a feel for it. And Nurse is just so different than any other killer because you really have to learn how long to hold blinks, where to angle it, how to, shoot yourself across the map, all that stuff, fakes, double fake. There's so much brain power that goes into Nurse, as well as Blight, though. You have to know what to bounce off of, what to, your add-ons, all the strategy.
The collision is rough.
It's just insane. Can you remember when Blight first came out, when he first released?
Oh goodness, yeah.
Colliding on air.
Yeah, I mean, they still sometimes have that. Again, what killed me was after the FOV change, the PTB collision was perfect. What they put into live was not what the PTB had, I swear. And it just the collision got worse for me, and I couldn't do it anymore. Props to all Blight mains for sticking with it, because obviously it's paid off. But I don't. I have blood pressure problems as I don't need this. I don't need that.
Yeah, if you're a Blight main, you must have the patience of a saint, and we applaud you.
Thank you. Oh goodness. Okay, so Blight, September of 2020. So yeah, late 2020. That makes sense.
Yes.
I'm about to say, because I remember, I think it was right before or during the time I was considering comp, and then Blight came out, and it really shook things up on the comp scene because of how good that killer was.
Did.
Also, I guess worth also comparing is maybe Nurse and Blight with their strongest add-ons. So arguably Nurse's strongest add-ons are range, and that's either a hybrid of double range or range and recharge.
Yeah,
Blight is just Alchemist Ring and speed, right?
Yeah. Speed is key.
Yeah.
On the Bloody Boy. When I play Nurse, because I like to play a lot of Nurse, she's really, really fun. I really like to do the double recharge. I don't like being exhausted. I want to play the game. I want to keep going because it's really good for training as well, because you're going to miss a whole lot at first. And then as you get better and better, then you can start being like, okay, let's take the actual penalty, but I'm now more precise with my blinks.
No, I completely agree. I don't like the term training wheels, but because again, in comp, they're just the best add-ons again. But yeah, it's a really good quality of life, feels good add-on. I completely agree. And I actually just remembered, Adrenaline Vial shredded notes on Blight now is actually kind of cracked, because the recent buff to those add-ons, it just,
Blight
I'm
needed
not
a
going to
buff.
look at gift horse in the mouth, but why would you buff Blight's add-ons?
But Blight needed a buff.
Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Obviously, yes.
Somewhat questioning that, especially when they took a look at some killers add-ons that didn't need nerfs, but I'll just be happy that they're doing changes in general. I like changes. I would
Yes,
like more.
it really keeps the game fresh. If you just have the killer be the same thing again and again, you know.
And that might be what they were trying to do, is that it's not so much a power level play, it's a diversity play, because granted the Nemesis, what was it, Marvin's Blood, it was literally everybody took Marvin's Blood. There's no reason not to, whereas on Blight, people would take, sometimes they take Alchemist Ring, sometimes they take the Tag, sometimes they take Speed add-on, sometimes they take Compound. There's a lot of diversity in Blight's add-on kits, so I get that.
Yes.
I don't get why you had to make more, but...
Yeah, and definitely when you were playing against a Blight and you see Alchemist Ring, you know it's there, kind of thing. But it's really nice to see a diversity in add-ons. When I go against different Blights, they usually kind of have a different mix going on. When I go against Onis, always top knot. There's always a top knot in there.
Yeah, the top knot needed a nerf. I don't think anyone's gonna argue that fact. That add-on is cracked. But with that said,
all right,
we are loaded
into
the blighted Blight skin.
The blighted Blight.
Blightception. Oh my goodness, it's a 5-gen.
Oh, wow. Only 2 generators on this side of the map? No way.
This Blight has a 5-gen. I haven't seen a 5-gen spawn in a comp match in a long time.
Absolutely insane RNG.
Oh no, I'm curious to see how the survivors tackle this. He doesn't even need to, they don't even need to like work on, this is so tight too. They don't even need to like protect 2 of these. They can just work on the back. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what they do. They found Claudette.
Yep. All right, pallet down out of the way, and Claudette is taking the chase, going on to the next jungle dim, just dropping the pallets, not even trying to loop, maybe trying to deny as much as they can as I head over into this other area. Maybe they know that they need to loop over here and have the survivors work on the generators over there at the 5-gen.
Oh, you know that's their plan. And they have to hope the Blight doesn't catch on too quickly, or even if they know, maybe like, you know, lull them into a sense of security. Yeah, and the Blight's not falling for it. He's like, I'll take your pallets and leave.
Blight realizes this, not going for the down on the Claudette, instead trying to chase the survivors off the generators.
And worth noting, we did see the Compound 21, and I actually really like Compound 21, especially on this map, because of the center tiles and everything like that just being a nightmare to go against. Good fake there for the pallet drop. And will they continue? No, they're going to go back to our 5-gen. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, looks like they're really getting a lot of pallets out of the way in the middle area, which is good because the area is strong. Now they're going over here.
Ooh, good attempt there.
Ooh. It is still effective because they are chasing the survivors off the generator. Looks like they're going to get a free hit on the ace over here, and the Claudette is healed up.
They did heal up, and 1-gen did pop, and it looks like 1 out of the 5-gen is gone. So survivors are doing exactly what they need to do and taking chase all the way into here, but it's just a matter of time before one of them goes down. There's no more pallets, I think, here anymore. Ooh, good flick attempts.
But they've got another pallet they can get out of the way. And the generators are unblocked with Corrupt. So now it's open season.
It is open season. I don't know if there's any more pallets on this map. They have taken so many. Taking it to the gen and dropping God pallets?
Wow.
I'm really curious why the Blight's not defending the other side more. This is kind of surprising to me.
There's only 2 generators over here. So the Blight doesn't really need to be in this area.
They're trying to get the flicks, and it's not going to work around this. This is pretty safe. I don't know many Blights that could get this in another pallet, but I think Ace has run out of... Nope, there's still a pallet over here.
Yeah.
I think the Blight's realized too late.
Yeah. Blight is giving up. It looks like the Ace really bought a lot of gen time for his team. Really hope that they took advantage of it.
And it looks like they did. That hill is pretty much done. Nancy over here is probably going to take a hit before running to the middle. I imagine there's one other gen with a single person on it. I think they're going to be able to break this up. I think Blight spent too much time in this middle area. Yeah, there's 1 gen there. Oh, no, that's not the hill gen either. So that is a single gen. Dead hard from the Nancy.
Nice dead hard on the Nancy. Wow. Blight really needed to get some down soon. And every second this team is buying for them is just fantastic. Nancy did great.
It's worth noticing, they would know about thanatophobia now. So we've seen Deadlock because that gen's blocked.
Yes.
This killer only has like one other perk we don't know about, and this is their first hook. No corrupt left.
So we've got a free perk light going on right now.
This is gonna be super
back
tough to
over
come
here.
back from. On the
That hill gen is so close to being completed.
It is. I think this is a it's a pop goes the weasel. That makes sense.
There we go.
Right.
This was the same build that the other Blight had.
Was it? Oh, you're right. Actually, I didn't even think about
This
that.
is the same exact build.
Good job from the
Looks
Claudette.
like Claudette was trying to go for maybe a locker play, trying to deny the hit, but unfortunately she was hit anyways. And the Nancy was saved off of hook.
Yeah, the survivors are like the survivor pressure is. They had a 5 gen, and somehow they have managed to keep the game playable in their favor, and I'm kind of impressed right now from these survivors.
Survivors are doing good.
They are doing
Nancy's
very
been
good.
healed up. Maybe possibly that the ace was one that got the Nancy, and maybe they're doing a double heal right now while the Claudette is looping.
That might
and
be a
she
point,
is
yeah.
down.
Yeah, they might be resetting.
job.
As soon as they get that hill gen done, though, the gens are split, and I don't know what this
Yeah.
Blight can play for. I think we're also not seeing them tunnel anybody out. This is very different Blight play from the previous one.
Yes.
Oh, they're
very
gonna finish
different.
this?
It's crazy.
They are. Oh my word.
Ooh, the survivors absolutely needed this. This is putting Blight in a tricky position right now. And we see that Deadlock is blocking off that generator.
Ooh, the firecracker.
Wow, very nice.
That was
Buying
clutch.
even more time. Very, very good.
And there's still one pallet back here that they didn't break during the chase with Ace.
That Deadlock gen is so close to being completed.
Good juke on the
Oh,
Nia's part. Oh my
wow.
word, just extending this out more. I think they're gonna run to they're gonna run to the corner here and waste more time.
Yeah.
The
Blight
pressure.
gonna probably take that free down. There we go.
That's all you can do.
Doing the point tech in the corner.
Yeah. Oh my
They're being
goodness.
picked up.
This is such a different game from the previous Blight game. Like they're gonna get pop on this gen, but they've only got 3 hook states so far, and the gens are split. I don't know how this game fell away so quickly from the Blight. Oh man.
Well, what it was is they went ahead and they chased over on the side that they really didn't need to chase, and they weren't protecting their 5 gen that they had. Chasing the ace for that long over on this side of the map probably is what is gonna really give the survivors an advantage over here.
I would agree. I think they got a little bit too excited taking it all. Like, to be fair, they wasted pretty much all the resources that side of the map, but you
But
do
also,
that.
if that side of the map isn't necessary, then it doesn't really matter too much.
True. It's a very good point.
It is Pallet City over here. Still a pallet over here to use as well.
Oh, not quite able to
Oh.
get that slide. And they're committing to this Claudette. They know that gen on the other side of the map is almost done. I'm
Almost
surprised they're
done.
not going back to the unhook. Some really good. That was a really good hit at the window. I'm
Good
surprised that
hit
hit.
on the Claudette, yeah.
Oh man.
Perhaps they might be trying to hook
Yeah, this
every
last
survivor
gen.
and get those bonus points.
Maybe. I'm really shocked. And yeah, they're gonna go down here, but I don't think, did they get their dead hard? Maybe exhausted on the ground.
Yeah, just exhausted on the ground.
Unfortunate, but I think this is second hook on the Claudette, yeah, so. Oh wow, they had both exit gates on this side
exit
too?
on their side, wow.
They had all the
Absolutely
RNG in their
crazy.
favor, and the survivors have still gotten 5 gens done.
It just shows you how really well coordinated the survivor team is. And we can
For
see
sure.
that someone is trying to go for the exit gate over here, and there's
2.
still a pallet over here in this area as well.
Yep, they did not use any of the. They used all the resources on the other side of the map. That is insane. Getting the hit on the Nia, good flick there, but all these survivors are up and they're doing stuff. Yeah. There's 2 people over here? Yeah, Nancy and the Ace are over here. I imagine,
But almost the full team is injured now. Nancy's the only one who isn't injured.
I think there might be a leader play from Nancy, maybe, because Ace is doing it even though Nancy's over here. Maybe leader play on the door since the wake up band. I think they're gonna
Really
be able
nice
to get
from
the
the
other door
Nancy
open though.
taking that hit for that ace.
Yep.
Looks like they're opening the other gate, and it looks like everyone's trying to head over there. Got the gate open. Everyone is injured, so it looks like no one's able to take a hit.
Yep, and I think they're gonna be able to
Gets
get
the Claudette
3
down.
out. If there's a decisive strike for this Claudette, I'm gonna feel so bad. No decisive strike, so they are gonna get the
no
death hook
decisive
here.
on the Claudette.
This team
Wonderful
played out
job
of their
all
mind.
around.
Oh my
Very, very
goodness.
good. They had everything going against them, and the fact they're able to bring this game to get this kind of outcome is insane. Very well done. Very well done, everyone.
I would have to agree. The Blight had so many factors in their favor, and the survivors are like, all right, bet. And they got a 3 out, giving 5 hook states to the killer. That was
GG's for sure.
that was a lesson in how to play against Blight. That was
Absolutely.
impressive.
Very, very good. And also, if Blight really stuck to the
leader.
5 gen and protected it, they probably would have had a very different outcome.
Yeah, I agree. Again, in all fairness, every survivor that takes a hit is going to run to that center area, so you're going to run out of hits eventually. I kind of understand that, but
Absolutely.
I don't know. That is a really tough call. Oh man, but regardless,
Sometimes it's best where, yeah, it's always, should we go for the chase or should we stay and stick to the generators? And I always find that, generators are the most important after all, unless you try to go for a full slugfest.
No, I would agree. And getting a 4-man slug in comp is a unicorn. So
Absolutely.
GGWP, and with that said, Shadow Wolves is going to take the first set 41-22. And now we're gonna be switching over to Coal Tower with double Oni.
Wow. I'm
More
very
flicks.
excited and looking forward to these matches. Like, Blights play optimally and play so well, and they both did a fantastic job. I'm really excited to see Oni as well.
Oh,
Oni can be a very absolutely devastating killer, but also if the team plays it smart and denies him those hits and denies him his blood and his power, it could be a really tough match for the Oni as well. I'm excited to see the curves and the demon dashes and everything.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And I'm actually curious because when I joined comp, the play on Oni was to bring brutal strength. I'm starting to see play with your food Oni become more of a thing recently, and it's interesting to see what side of the aisle people fall on in this argument, because I understand both. Brutal strength helps you get overall distance and pressure and helps you just churn through pallets, because they're going to pre-drop every single time. They're not going to try and fake it with you. Whereas play with your food, if you are able to find your obsession first, you get those stacks. The hits are kind of free. Turns out 130, 125% speed killer is actually kind of goat.
Absolutely. The only thing is it does depend on if you can find that obsession.
Exactly.
Maybe the obsession could expect it and keep themselves hidden.
That's what I tend to see is and that's why again I feel like brutal strength is just the way to go. But with the way that the rules work here, with you have to take the shroud so everybody spawns together, your chances of finding the obsession at the beginning of the game is actually pretty decent compared to some other games. So it might work out. I don't know. I'm curious to see, because again, we get double Oni here. I'm curious to see what side of the aisle these killers call on. Also, I've also seen times where they don't bring either, and they just bring the base kit, corrupt intervention, deadlock, no way out, no ed. And that's also fair. That's actually, that seems like the standard go-to build most of the time.
I'm really excited to see what perk builds they bring, because both of the Blights ran the exact same build and both worked. It's insane. One used a lot of value out of Pop Goes Weasel, and the other one probably, I think, didn't get any Pop Goes Weasel value, if not just one. So it's crazy to see how the same build, like what gets use and what gets value and then what doesn't.
No, I couldn't agree more. And yeah, we'll just have to see. It feels kind of again, it wasn't close like I was expecting. I was expecting a closer game between, and just one was, I mean, in both cases, survivors played incredibly strong, and just it turns out that one of the Blights just seemed to suffer more from the survivors playing so well. So I don't know, because the Blight, like in the first match, they tunneled out and they held down the 3-gen pressure up until the very end. They finished last gen, but they were able to find them. So I don't know. The game's just completely played out differently from the very beginning. It felt like so. I don't know.
Yeah, it seems like Adam didn't get any use out of his deliverance, which really stinks, because it's such a powerful perk, and it really is so good in comps and stuff like that, because then all 3 survivors can stay on generators, and the killer gets no pressure by having a person hooked. So the fact that they weren't able to use a really powerful tool to them really hurt them. And then also the fact that the Blight thought that the Claudette had deliverance and wasn't going for chases was also unfortunate for the team because it seems like she was possibly one of the strongest loopers on the team, and we only got to see her in action at the end when the hatch was already closed. So
no, that's that's actually very fair. And yeah, it's deliverance. Like I've played killer enough to like, when the deliverance happens, just this like bottom drops out from under you feeling, and you're just like, oh no, I just got played. And no, it's a killer in comp. You almost get a feeling for when you're chasing the person with deliverance, because everyone will try and take hits for you. Everybody's gonna try and do everything. And when you're chasing someone who doesn't have deliverance, they're like, oh yes, chase me. And no one seems to care, and you see everybody else on gens, so.
Yeah. In fact, actually, that was part of my build that I used to train to become a better survivor with better looping and stuff like that. Is I did the very dirty build of where I had Deliverance, I had Decisive Strike, I had Dead Heart, and I had Unbreakable. And I loved that build because it constantly kept me in chase. I would loop the killer for long enough, and then I'd be on the hook, and then I would, I'd find the optimal time of when to unhook yourself. Sometimes it's best to not do that at all, especially if you have a survivor around, especially if that survivor has borrowed time. That could be really, really good. But I'd find that I would learn how to loop the killer, get hooked, and then immediately unhook myself, learn how to loop the killer again while playing around, Unbreakable and Decisive Strike, and just constantly keeping yourself in chase really gets you to practice looping. And it was very, very fun. It was a very dirty build, and I ran it for a couple of months, and I would say it absolutely improves your survivor gameplay. So if you're looking to learn how to improve how to loop, that's a really good build. It's very nasty, but it's a good build and always keep you in chase and keep you in play.
It is a disgusting build. How could you bully?
It's very disgusting. Absolutely. I agree 10,000%.
Oh, man.
But also it can be detrimental too if you aren't good at looping, or if the killer is just better, then you can find that you're out of the game really quickly and letting your team down.
That is fair, but like I said, if it's for the purpose of practice, then I totally understand it. Also, there's you see the practices where the survivors and killers do 1v1s. I think 1v1s seem like a really good way to go if you're trying to get practice with looping. You go out there, it's like, hey, anybody cracked on this killer? Come 1v1, and 20 minutes later, you're both sitting there sweating and panting and screaming at each other. That didn't come out like I meant for it to.
I did that once with a trickster on Coldwind just to practice, and it was very, very fun. We made a bet with each other saying, I bet I could loop you for more than a minute. And unfortunately, they were not as practiced with trickster as I thought they would be. And then 1 minute turned to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, and then I was like, okay, let's just. I ran out of pallets eventually.
Oh,
it was really fun though. I enjoyed it very, very much.
Limited resources indeed, and this
we're in the
Oni
match.
has scratch marks, but he hasn't committed to anybody yet.
So it seems like we've got a corrupt intervention up, blocking off 3 of the generators, and looks like they're on a chase with a survivor. But where are they? We haven't even gotten any visuals on them.
Yeah, I don't even know what survivor. Okay, it's Nancy, so it is not an obsession. Mind gaming the shack a little bit, but I must say Nancy doesn't care. Nancy's not gonna play mind games. They're gonna run. They're gonna throw pallets, and they're going to be screaming the entire way. Not even gonna. Oh, wait, they actually might have some distance on this Ace. If there's no balanced landing here, Ace could get it. Ace has balanced landing.
Balanced landing on the Ace too. Wow. Ace and
safe.
Nancy both denying the Oni any kind of first hits, which is really imperative for the Oni.
And no bamboozle either. Also, when they kick that pallet, there's no brutal strength, so
So 2 common perks are off the table already.
Right. And
looks like Ace made a mistake over here, giving Oni finally his first hit and some blood. And
that gen is blocked in the corrupt. There's 4 corrupt gens, so that is deadlock as well. So we know 2 perks now. Also, no splintered hull. I think this is the first Oni I've seen in a while that did not run splintered hull. Usually you want those extra that extra blood orb. So instead it's Lion's Fang and Akito's Crush.
Yeah, it looks like Ace tried to fake the window, but didn't commit to the vault, and Oni didn't swing for it either. So Ace is now going down, giving Oni his first hook.
Yep, and I don't know if they're gonna have enough blood. That is a Scourge hook. That was an explosion there. Okay.
Explosion and a scream, letting the Oni know that there is a survivor over there working on that generator.
Indeed, and there's somebody coming in for the That is bold. I'm gonna say they're stuck in the scream at him. I love that bug.
gosh.
I love that bug.
Oh, that's so crazy. It looks like that was Nancy trying to come for the save, but instead, literally, you know what? You're right. They are screaming.
I didn't even think about that. You're absolutely right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it would be actually. Oh, there's blood over there. Did they see that blood orb? If they go grab that blood orb, they've got their power. I think they're waiting this out to one. Obviously, camping second stage is really good here, but two, if someone goes to the unhook, you've got your power, and you can go absolutely ham on these survivors. So
you can absolutely start the snowball. Yeah, it looks like Oni is proxying, trying to secure the second stage. Would be really bad if the survivor went and got the unhook, because then it's going to lose that pressure.
I'm surprised
What
they
do you think
haven't.
the other survivors are doing right now?
I would imagine they're on 3 separate generators. That's what I would be doing. And if they
That would
aren't,
be very, very smart.
this ace is gonna cry in vain. Yeah, but say they see this blood orb over here, right? They do. He's got his
Yeah.
power.
There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank you for going and getting that blood orb. I was screaming internally about that. Oh,
Just
man.
like the Nancy.
Yes. Well, they were screaming
Hopefully.
externally.
Ooh, I thought I saw a survivor through the window over
Yeah.
there. It looked like that was Nancy slinking around,
I
which
think
lets to
you
know
are
that there
correct.
might be only 2 survivors on generators. Also, hopefully, we got a survivor who's on a generator that was blocked off with corrupt earlier.
Yep. Okay. So it looks like that's their night.
There it is.
I don't think they called that out very well. I think the Nancy's trying to go back and pop that, but instead it gets blocked. They can't save now. Oni
Yeah,
can pop
not
their
with the
power.
Oni in his power. Yeah.
Yeah, this ace is going to die if they don't pop 2 more gens here. This Oni's in a very good spot, I think.
Absolutely. It looks like they're just trying to
Yeah,
stay
there you
around
go.
for the save, but they need to be popping generators. But they did just pop 2.
Yep.
All right. As soon as the ace is out, looks like Oni is in his power, and now the real game begins.
Yep, and they know where 2 survivors are. There's one there and there's one back here. They're not even gonna care. They're gonna go straight for the hook. Wait, is this a scourge hook right here? We can't tell. The spectator can't see. Is this scourge hook? It is.
It is.
Oh my word, that is clutch
Very
for this killer.
nice.
And they're actually really within their power still, which is kind of insane. One hit and they've got their power back up. Even if they find some blood. Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah. Camp this out. You got 2
Definitely
gens over
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
I'm
It
kind
seems
of
like while Ace was on the hook, it seems like the Nancy might have been just around trying to get the save, or maybe some other as well. And it seems like we just didn't get enough gens popped in that time.
Yeah, the deadlock might have actually been helping out a lot there, as these 2 gens that are being worked on weren't able to be, actually finished. That said,
Yes,
I
very
imagine
true.
both these survivors are on 2 other gens. If they're on the 2 other opposite side of the map gens, they're gonna get spot. Oh, Oni left just a little bit. They're not gonna commit to that unhook. Wait, does
Yeah.
he see that survivor? There was a survivor here, right? I didn't imagine that.
I wasn't able to catch it myself, but do
Okay.
you know who it was?
I thought Claudette was back here. I thought I saw Claudette back here. I might be wrong.
Now, if I was a Claudette and the Nia, I would be on the other side of the map on that upstairs generator and the back gen. I'd be working on those.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to shift over and see where they are. I think you'd like. That's what I'd be doing, right? Like you'd be on both of these gens, ready to pop them as soon as possible. Yeah, oh, never mind. Claudette's on this
I
one.
see someone.
They
Yeah.
do get the unhook though.
Wow.
There was a survivor back there. I knew it. There had
Absolutely
to be.
insane. And that has to be a sprint burst, yes, on the Claudette.
I think you are right because they got some serious distance. You put the
Serious distance.
you put the sprint burst in the dead zone. That works out really well. This gen, however, has regressed a ton. And Nancy went right back to
Was
that gen.
close to popping.
She's in trouble. That's
Especially if
power.
she touched the gen, that means that she doesn't have decisive strike, and he is in his power. So it means that he could possibly get a very quick down.
Right. This is a good safe tile though, so they would make work of this, I would imagine. Yeah, they're gonna pre-drop this pallet. But yeah, they progress the second stage. They are death hook. Yeah, the Oni has a very easy 3K here if they play this even remotely safely. You get this down, they pop the last 2 gens, you use your power, you get someone down, you hook them, and then the person can't go for the save.
Absolutely. It looks like Oni was trying to bloodlust her there for a little bit, but then instead decided to just kick the pallet and keep going on. Still
I can
on the
respect
chase
that.
with the Nancy, though, and now he's in his power.
Yeah, I think they realize that they need to get this down ASAP, otherwise... Oh, that pallet is still there, actually. That's insane. Yeah, they do take the pallet out, but she has Shack now. Shack pallet is gone. Oh, they have the long wall to play with still.
All they have is now vaults to work with instead of pallets, but hopefully maybe Nancy can utilize this to her advantage.
Long wall's a very good vault. Where is this Oni going? Oh, they saw this Okay, so they are going for this Claudette. This will be a fresh hook on the Claudette, but they get stunned.
Ooh.
That's brutal.
Very nice job on the Claudette, dropping that pallet down right when she needed to.
Ooh, good mind games.
Absolutely
Adrenaline.
great.
She
Wow,
doesn't
isn't
care.
the adrenaline insane?
They get their power though. It's the double
Wow.
down.
Double down on the Claudette. So good. Every second counts buying it for the teammates.
Oh man, that was insane. Yeah, I think they get the. They should be able to get this exit gate open if they immediately ran over there. Yeah, they're already out.
Yes, they did. Wow. Excellent job on the survivors, especially because it really seemed like they only had, they had a really rough start, but they were able to really clutch that ending right there.
It is worth noting. This is this is 3 fresh hook states from the survivor, so they are going to get out with a 8 hook 2K. But man, the survivors played out of their minds there at the end. Oh my word! I can't believe the adrenaline play. That had to have been
was so
timed,
good.
right? You're like, all right, wait for you to take the hit, and then just like zoom.
Zoom did a wonderful job, honestly. I still am gawking at that mind game hit that they got on the Claudette the first time.
Oh,
I know it
yeah.
went into an adrenaline play, but man, that was so good. That was pretty much done blind.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, if anything, these games are incredibly high octane and hard to keep up with. They never use Pop Goes the Weasel. I never saw a single gen get popped.
Yeah, they got Scourge Hook value instead out of Pop.
True.
Instead of Pop.
I do like Scourge Hook, but I mean, they only got two Scourge Hook pops though, because they hooked them and then camped them out. I respect the play. I don't know what they could have done better necessarily. I think, I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if I did actually see a survivor back there and they were like only one person on a gen at a time. I don't know. That's regardless, well played. That was
Both teams played very, very well. The survivors had a really tough situation and they were able to come out from that. So GG's on both sides.
yeah. That was pretty cracked. That was a fun. I keep saying match. It's a game. The match is 4 games.
It's not just a game, this is life.
There you go. Not just a game. But with that said, Purge is going to win the set 17-14 as I think they never hooked the Nia. So they didn't get those bonus points. If they'd hooked the Nia, I think it would have been much more of a lead there. But with that said, we are going into, again, a mirror match. Now we get to see Shadow Wolves play Oni. I am excited to see how Shadow Wolves plays Oni, especially after that game. It's like, I want to see how they play against it. That was a really good Oni match.
Yes, that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. The mind game, I think they mind gamed each other because like, okay, I'll fake go into window, I'll run around the side, and Oni's like, well, I'll fake going for the window, then I'll go around the side, and they just happen to meet in the middle, and then Claudette's like, guys, help, and like, okay, pop the jet, adrenaline. They just, we're gonna have so many clips from these matches today already. We had the Executioner last match get a triple hit on survivors with their power.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm very much looking forward to watching the clip of that. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah, they got the unicorn hit. It was a pleasure to watch. Honestly, most of these games today have been absolutely a blast. So
yeah, just I love watching Oni matches. They're always so much fun, and this one definitely did not disappoint.
Oh, for sure. We've seen Oni matches where the Oni gets absolutely bullied. This was not the case. The Oni was not getting bullied this match.
Not the case at all whatsoever. And also, just to let you know, please quickly check your messages.
Check my messages. Okay, you got it.
Yes.
All right, will do. Sorry about that.
All good, all good, all good.
It might also be. Oh, you know what? I just realized. I'm gonna turn that. All right. Yeah, I need to get my settings adjusted, and I apologize for that.
That's absolutely okay.
I will try and straighten that up in the future. But got another Oni game. I'm still coming down off that game. There was so much excitement at the end there.
I'm still pumped. I'm still jazzed. I'm just like, yeah. I want to become an Oni main now. Let's go. It was awesome.
No, for sure. That was. Oh my goodness. I'm still trying to break down because I'm trying to think. Was there any point the like, I think that I didn't change perspectives. I'm really curious if Nia was back there the whole time because I think they were trying to wait for the Oni to stray away. If they had seen that Nia was back there, and then gone for that chase, that would have forced the Claudette to come off the gen, and I think it would have been a completely different game from there. But
Yeah, the fact
only thing
that
that
she was
could
able to get the unhook really
Mhm.
brought the Survivor team back. If they weren't able to get that, then they would have been in a very different situation. It's one of those
Completely.
things that if you are trying to camp a hook and really secure those states,
Mhm.
then you really gotta either commit to it or not commit to it.
Mm.
You know, one or the other. And I think with running Pop Goes a Weasel, they weren't able to go and kick those gens because if they had Pop, they could have maybe gone over to those generators and pressured them a little bit more by
Mhm.
using them. But instead, they decided to camp the hook, and then they were able to secure it with Ace. But then when it came to Nancy,
Mhm.
they strayed away a little bit too far, and then Nia was able to get the cheeky save.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And based on the way the generators were positioned, I'm also wondering if it was better. Like, I guess they were starting to get worried. Like, oh, I don't see anybody at all coming for the unhook, and they had to go check Coal Tower gen because they knew that Claudette was on that other gen.
Yes.
And I guess that was the point where they came in for the save because I'm about to say like that gen at Hill
Yes,
was
that is.
regressing. At that point, maybe committing to the Nancy. I don't. It's so hard to nitpick because it's like
It's so hard.
so close. It's so close.
It's so in the moment as well.
Oh, for sure. Hindsight 2020. But I mean, to be fair, like going into set this last trial, they're only with a 3-point advantage for this set overall. It's
So it's really, really
close
close.
one. Yeah, it's gonna be-
Really close.
I think it's going to come down to if Shadow Wolves is able to get every survivor hooked once. I think if they can at least get every survivor hooked once, I think they have a really good shot of pulling out the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the bonus points that you get from that is just night and day difference in a score total. So
Yeah. Both teams are going to have to play their best, and you can see who comes out on top.
yeah, and oh man, so I guess the one thing that I'm shocked the most after that is that there was no play with your food and there was no brutal strength. So they did, and the thing is they didn't go like the good old tried and true corrupt deadlock, no way out, no way. They had some gen regression. I'm wondering if they might have benefited more from no way out, no ed.
Yeah, I do believe so. If you what 2 perks would you take out though? It definitely really seems like they didn't get a lot of pop value, especially for the way that they played with, camping the hooks and securing the states. I really think that probably a different perk would have gotten a better option, even no way out.
It might have just been like it might have been something as an insurance perk, I guess. It's like, well, if this situation occurs, having pop would be really nice. It just happened to be that every time they scourge took, the gen popped, and I was like, well, there's no other gen that's even remotely nearby for me to kick.
Yeah. Well, with Scourge Hook and Deadlock, it's one of those things of just like, do you want to, Deadlock blocks off the gen for 45 seconds, so you're not going to get any pop value on that one. And then, and you're not going to, and also with Scourge Hook, that gen's already regressing after you get a hook. So I think it's definitely meant to stop multiple generators happening.
No, I would agree. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I meant that like deadlock can happen like right as you hook someone. And so you're like, oh, I'm gonna go kick the next gen. Oh,
Yeah.
well, now I can't. So it's one of those things where it's a wickedly strong and powerful perk, but it doesn't necessarily have the best synergy with other perks as well.
No, I would tend to agree, and that's one of the things that I like. I understand when some people do deadlock and scourge hook together. I don't like deadlock and scourge together because I feel like they counter each other. It's so close because I get it's like, well, they could also, one could be deadlocked, but then they could be working on another, and you get that one, and you can wait for the cooldown. Is it having 2 perks that have to work around each other to get use out of both of them just doesn't feel good to me?
I mean, I like deadlock and scourge hook because I think it works because when you hook a survivor and the people on the generator scream, then that gen is blocked if it has the most progress, and then it's regressing for the next 45 seconds. So it's already going down. I've had many a generator that were so close to being finished, but then it gets blocked off and it's regressing with Scourge Hook.
If it's blocked, it doesn't explode and regress, and it doesn't regress passively either. Yeah, when it's blocked, you can't work on it, and you can't damage it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's still new to me.
Okay.
Like I'm going against it a lot, and I'm learning to when they're about to hook a survivor, stop working on a generator. So there's that. Now we're getting. Oh no, I meant Dead Man Switch.
That was a Dead Man Switch. Yeah.
My perk. I am
Yeah,
so sorry.
never mind.
I meant Dead Man Switch and Scourge Hook.
Full
I
agree.
completely just mixed up. Yeah,
Full agree.
completely just
Dead
mixed
Man
up my
Switch-
perks there. Sorry.
Yes, Deadman Switch, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance.
There we go. My Survivor main is showing. I'm sorry.
You're absolutely fine. You would be surprised how many times I say deadlock when I mean, or I say
Yeah,
gridlock
it's-
when I mean grim embrace.
Yeah, yeah. It's the dead part for me.
Yeah.
Deadlock, Dead Man Switch.
Yeah, no. Oh,
Yeah.
I get it. I've definitely made that mistake before too. And then I'm like,
I'm also
halfway through our
surprised. Why are
conversation, I
we
forget.
not seeing Dead Man Switch?
It's banned.
There we go.
Yeah, they.
I'm
as
like,
soon as
it's
that,
so powerful, it has to be banned.
yeah, as soon as those buffs, as soon as this latest rollout came around, Boil Over's been banned, Flip Flop's been banned, Wake Up has been banned, and Dead Man Switch has been banned.
I see.
And I think good reason. Dead Man Switch
Yeah.
is pretty freaking strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh. Wake Up can take up to 5 seconds off when properly used. Like, yeah, like I like the buffs, but daggum, they are strong.
Yes, they are.
And what's also strong
Now
is
we're getting
Oni.
this.
And that corrupt zone. Oh, that's a tight
And corrupt. Ooh, very good. Nice. 3 gens blocked off over there. That's gonna be really good later on.
If they choose to utilize it, yeah,
Oh,
that's really
looks like
tight.
he's already seen a survivor in the back over there.
Yeah, they found Adam real quick. For a second, I thought they didn't notice, but no, I mean, I've been faking it out. I don't know, but they are going to take this chase, and I imagine this could be a. They get the hit.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, they're not even 30 seconds into the game, and Oni already has half their power. And they're going to commit here, and I
Yeah,
imagine.
another one of those things where it's really good to deny the Oni his power as soon as you possibly can. Looks like Adam didn't want to throw that pallet down. Maybe didn't think that hit would
Those
connect.
scratch marks. They have Lucky Break, but I'll be honest, I don't understand Lucky Break against this killer because they have their own passive blood trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's that splintered hull right there. That splintered. Look at how much he's almost got his power because of splintered hull. It's so
Oh, yeah.
insane.
Absolutely insane.
Got the pallet. And,
Adam is able to make it to the pallet.
oh my goodness. Do you know what they're
And
doing?
Oni, what are they doing? They be zooming.
They are hiding the fact that they have this power. Yeah, they
Oh,
popped
I
that.
see.
They did that on
Yeah.
purpose. They had it closed and ready to go until they had a blood bank, and then they went for it. That's actually really smart. You don't want the survivors to know you have splinter hull because otherwise, like, oh, I'll just keep running because he's not good enough for the survivor. No, I've already got my power. Let's start throwing down. Quick heal on
Wow.
the zappies though.
Absolutely crazy. Looks like there's a lot of progress on that gen, but there wasn't a survivor over there.
face.
Oh! It looks like the Strode jumps into his power and gets down.
Yep,
And
and-
Oni's not stopping there.
There's another survivor here potentially. I think that's what they're looking for.
There has to be another survivor around
Yeah,
here
there
because
is.
they have progress on the gen on the left. And this one as well.
Firecracker? So close.
Oh, very close on that. Unfortunately, was a little bit too late.
That would have been insane. This gen's about to pop though, so first gen to the survivors, first hook to the Oni.
Wow. Looks like they were able to get that gen.
Yeah, and
Someone's
they
here.
found another survivor here.
Ooh. Saw her around the
Nia.
corner. It's the Nia.
I think we're about to see the power of Splintered Hull. That was like early power, and you're about to have all this blood here just ready for the taking. They're about to have their power after this too. So they get the hook, they get
Yeah.
their power. Oh, so close. Oh, another gen though. Survivors are not giving up at all. Wow.
Another hook for the Oni. Very close. Looks like he almost has his power.
And there's some blood orbs, so they are going to be able to go after these other survivors. Deliverance
There we go.
from the
I
Nia.
see.
And
That's why
another
the
gen.
Nia.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
They're doing so well.
They really are. The amount of gens
That's why
being done
Nia
is
was so
insane.
desperate to get that unhook.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, Strode goes down as well.
Yeah, they're gonna go straight for this hook here, and it makes sense. However, that's 3 gens done like that, and we had just left our corrupt just a couple, like about a minute ago, and these servers already have 3 gens done. That's kind of insane, and there is a bit of blood here from previously. Will they be able to get their power? They are.
Yeah.
Blood bank saved them. There's Adam too.
Very nice. So it looks like the servers are maybe trying to work on the gens that were blocked off, but it looks like they were able to actually break off the 3 gen from the corrupt. There's only 2 that are over here.
Is it?
Yeah,
No,
one,
the 3
2.
gens
Oh
still
no,
there.
no, there it is. There it is. Oh, whipping with the bat.
You're not able to lunge properly with them, and oh no, she's gonna get away. I feel that. I feel that pain. However, Claudette might be in danger here. But did they? Where are they? I barely
around
heard
the
them.
corner. Wow, the Oni was able to hear their footsteps and get the down. Very nice. It looks like they're gonna leave them slugged over here.
I would
while
too.
they secure this kill.
They did break the 3 gen though. Man, these survivors are absolutely busting the gens out, but this Oni has a ton of pressure now. They've got a slug, they've got a hook survivor.
They've got someone who's injured as well.
Nia,
and it looks like the
healing.
Nia actually healed herself up.
That is good reset. However, this is gonna be a really close game. Completely different play styles. The previous Oni had really strong proxy and camping. And wait, there's a survivor here. This Oni is winning just a ton of chases and still just keeping the survivors guessing. I don't know where this last survivor is. Are they on the coal tower gen? I don't see any progress up there.
Oh, we can see that Adam is trying to head over to that generator to work on it.
If they
and
get
gets
this
caught in the middle.
If they get this Adam hooked, I think this is the 4th survivor that wait. Is this the 4th survivor? Or is it Nia? No.
They haven't. No, they've hooked Nia. They've hooked. I don't think have they hooked Claudette.
Yeah, Claudette just got unhooked.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think if they hook the Adam, I think they could win it if they hook the Adam and get this 4th hook. I don't know, but
Looks like they didn't want to commit to the chase on the Adam. Wanted to maybe protect these gens back here. Doesn't seem like there's a generator that has a lot of progress on it. So the Oni does have some time. Let's see how he uses it.
I think he's trying to get his power back after, essentially he didn't get much use out of it. He got it down from his power and that's about it. He did find the blood bank though. There's a survivor that's injured over. Did he see the blood?
Lots and lots of blood over here.
No, like there's blood on the ground. I don't think he realized that Claudette was like right around that corner. I think they had Iron Will. I don't know if they noticed that Claudette was over there bleeding. That could have been a death. I don't know. We'll see in post, but.
Yes, and so the Adam is upstairs working on this gen. And it looks like Oni is going to try to get the downs on this fully healed Adam.
That would be the best tempo swing in their favor. However, Adam is going to have plenty of distance there. I don't know if that was a balance landing or not. Good face.
Seems like it could have possibly been. Looks like Adam wants to play the LT wall over here. Oh, but unfortunately is going to get downed.
Did not work out for them, and that is going to be first hook for Adam. I imagine they're both on gens right now, but even now, if they secure the 2K here, yeah, there's that gen that pops, but I think if they just keep this Adam down, I think they can win. No way out. That was the 4th hook for no way out. The survivors,
Wow.
they got to sit here for a minute.
They can still get some more.
Yeah, they can. If they get another hook after this, I think that's GG. Where did the survivor? Who is the survivor over here? Was it Nia or is Claude? There are the scratch marks. It looks like it was Nia over here that procced the no way out. There's still a safe pallet here, so it's not game over yet. Oh, and
Not game over yet.
Yeah, there's the unhook.
Yeah, Nia is able to get the unhook, and now that we know that Nia had deliverance, we know that she probably has borrowed time.
True. However, oh my, look at the blood! I'm telling you, Splinter Hole, it's like insane. Oh my goodness, the value. No way I was about to expire. So this Oni does actually need to get it down pretty quickly here. Slow vault for the Claudette. Is she gonna get the distance? Slow vaulting back.
Again. Let's see, is Oni able to get it down over here?
Oh my goodness.
Pallet stun, wow.
They might be able to get the 3 out here. This is gonna be really close. I think the pallet is still up here. They do get the down on Claudette.
Wow.
The exit gate should be opening momentarily. Yeah, you see Nia working on it. Can they get the Nia hit? Oh no, this Nia might be going down here as well. This could spell disaster, and she does.
Oh no, 2 of them are downed, and that gate is so close to being done, but just wasn't close enough. Just needed 1 more second on that gate.
Claudette did get picked up from the Adam though. And they're gonna pre-drop. I think they're being a little bit greedy here. I think they need to secure the hook and get the kill. Adam does take the down here. Actually, they still might be able to slug out. I don't know. There's so much blood here. Oh no, Claude's nearby.
The Claudette is still here. Yeah, unfortunately, they caught Adam just out in the open, and Adam was injured.
Can they make it to this? They're not even gonna try to. This is the Oni good at 4K? It's no unbreakable yet.
Very well do so. They could just end up bloodlusting this pallet if the Claudette doesn't get a stun. Yeah. There's no reason to play super greedy. And also we can see that is brutal strength right there, kicking the pallet super quickly.
That is.
So the Claudette doesn't have a lot of chance to get to somewhere.
Right, and both survivors have not been picked up yet. I think no Unbreakable is in play, so it's just a matter of time before they get this Claudette down.
You think a server would have picked themselves up by now if there was Unbreakable in play. So Meoni is just taking their time. She was able to get around, and there is Unbreakable in play. The Atom is up using Unbreakable.
That was Claudette. Claudette snuck back here.
Claudette, wow. Absolutely
That's
insane.
insane.
I didn't think that she was close enough. It looks like the Atom just crawled. Now you've got 2 of them up. And the Nia up as well. Yeah, it looks like the survivors were able to crawl over to Claudette and she was able to get them picked up.
Oh my goodness.
And the dead hard.
The dead hard timing. They had a 4K there and now it's backed up. If Claudette's able to get away, they could pull out the win. This is really close.
Very well done on the Claudette. And they got the gate.
They're gonna go for the hatch play. They're both gonna escape and they're gonna go for the hatch play, I think. Oni's blocking it off. Pallet is there, so oh no.
And we do know that the Claudette doesn't have dead hard anymore.
Right, it is down to what this Claudette can do. There are 2 hook states up for grabs. If they get the hook, they get the win. If this Claudette does not, well, there is the end game timer. I forgot about that. They do have the end game timer to contend with. Claudette might be sneaking over here. It could be a mind game. I think it is. Oh no. Are they going back for the hatch? Okay, I'm going to do the Claudette. I gotta know. Claudette, what are you doing? She's gonna get the exit gate!
Oh my god.
They're gonna get
Oh
the
my
set.
god. Absolutely insane.
Oh my word. They were actually able to get out.
Wow. That is so crazy. That Claudette is absolutely insane. Was able to save this game, come back, pick up her teammates, and then mind game the Oni and then just walk out the open gate.
Oh my goodness. That was
So heart pounding. My jaw was dropped the entire time.
oh my word.
Couldn't believe that. That is so incredible. That has got to be one of the best matches I have ever seen.
That was so back and forth. I'm just shocked. I'm surprised they didn't go for the hook on one of those survivors. If they had gotten the hook and camped the kill, I think they would have won. I'm surprised they went for the slug play so aggressively.
Yeah. It just shows that sometimes, slugs, it can be very, very tempting to do so, but also, it can also not work in your favor as well. It's a gamble.
Man. Yeah. And I believe the points are in. And that is Purge winning that trial 16-15. So Purge is going to win the second set. However, Shadow Wolves does still take the match point. And so it is going to be a 2-1 victory in favor of Shadow Wolves in the end. But well played to both sides.
Well played.
Oh,
So
my
good.
Word. Players, can you calm it down a little bit? I need to breathe over here.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Just nuts.
Yeah.
Insane. My eyes were glued to the screen watching this. I was holding my breath.
Oh,
Absolutely
goodness.
crazy. This is what makes Dead by Daylight so great.
Oh, yeah.
Is matches like this.
Oh goodness, yeah, and that Claudette was holding W. Oh man.
They did so well.
All
They were
right.
able to just perfectly predict things. It was just such a joy to watch.
Oh yeah, fantastic mind games. Oh man, but anyway, so stay tuned. That's not the last match of the day. This match also ended a bit early, and we got a match about 40 minutes out here. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
That was a blast. Congratulations,
That
Shadow
was
Wolves.
so good.
GG Purge.
Congratulations, everyone.
Lallygag, where can we find you when you go next?
You can find me live on Twitch. We're updating the schedule, going from 3 days to actually 4 days a week.
Oh, look at you
We'll
go.
be posting that soon. I know, having a lot of fun, just playing Dead by Daylight, having a blast. You can definitely check me out on Twitch and other socials as well. I've got a YouTube and we post comedic Dead by Daylight videos, so definitely check it out. And thanks so much for having me here today. I appreciate it. Definitely
Thank you for coming
fun.
on. I appreciate you coming on.
course.
It's a blast and a joy to have you. And with that said, I'm your host, littlerugaard. You've been watching Champions of the Fog, and we'll see you in about 40 minutes from now. We got one more match for the day. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Bye.